Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Richard III, and today we get to hear from Richard, who is trying to get the throne, but he's trying to make it look like he's not trying to get the throne, because he can't just walk in and admit that he's the one that's spreading rumors that Edward's children are illegitimate children and therefore not worthy of taking the crown. He instead sent Buckingham out into the general population to have him share that message. But that message wasn't going over real well, and nobody was really going like, God save King Richard. So now the Lord Mayor has come over and has found Richard studying piously with some priests and all of that sort of thing. And yesterday we got a very impassioned speech from Buckingham where he said to Richard, he's like, it's your fault if there's going to be imposters on the throne, because these two are not worthy, and it's your birthright to take the throne. And real quick, just we're in what the folio calls Act 3, Scene 4, which is really long. We're in what other versions call Act 3, Scene 7, which is also fairly long and has some big monologues. But anyway, Buckingham yesterday was saying, these kids are not the proper heirs to the throne, and if one of them gets to take the throne, then it's entirely your fault that, like, the shame and the embarrassment that England will have to face for having an illegitimate king falls entirely on you. So we, your friends, are begging you, please, 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 take the throne, take your rightful place as King of England. And Richard, who's standing there like on a higher platform, and he's got priests standing on either side of him, says, I cannot tell if to depart in silence or bitterly to speak in your reproof best fitteth my degree or your condition. If not to answer, you might haply think tongue-tied ambition, not replying, yielded to bear the golden yoke of sovereignty, which fondly you would here impose on me. If to reprove you for this suit of yours, so seasoned with your faithful love to me, then on the other side I checked my friends. Therefore to speak and avoid the first, and then in speaking not to incur the last, definitively thus I answer you. Your love deserves my thanks, but my desert, unmeritable, shuns your high request. First, if all obstacles were cut away, and that my path were even to the crown, as the ripe revenue and due of birth, yet so much is my poverty of spirit, so mighty and so many my defects, that I would rather hide me from my greatness, being a bark to brook no mighty sea, than in my greatness covet to be hid, and in the vapor of my glory smothered. But, God be thanked, there is no need of me, and much I need to help you where there need. The royal tree hath left us royal fruit, which, mellowed by the stealing hours of time, will well become the seat of majesty, and make, no doubt, us happy by his reign. On him I lay that you would lay on me, the right and fortune of his happy stars, which God defend that I should wring from him. So he's the one that specifically asked Buckingham to go say that these two are illegitimate, and now he's like, I can't possibly take the throne. Like, he starts out by saying, I don't know if I should just walk away from you or if I should just answer, because if I just walk away from you, then you might think that I accepted this silly thing that you're asking me to do. And if I say something to you, then I'm being disrespectful of my friends. So I'm just going to say, thanks for the offer, but it's a stupid idea, and I should not be on the throne because I am unfit to be on the throne. And even if I was supposed to be there, there's so much wrong with me that I would spend my entire reign in fear of my own greatness and all that sort of thing. And I don't want to spend my entire reign wanting to hide from the public and from my people. He's like, I can much better serve in like a secondary capacity. And how lucky for us that there's these two children of Edward who still exist. And once they're older and a little bit wiser, young Prince Edward will make an excellent king. So let's make him king instead of making me king. This is the show that Edward is putting on for the Lord Mayor at this point in time. And he's playing the part so well. And Buckingham is being a great foil to him and saying, please take the throne. And Edward saying, no, I can't take the throne. And Buckingham has a retort, which is another really long monologue that we'll get to hear tomorrow. And we'll see, does Richard cave to the pressures of society and eventually take the throne? What do you think? Anyway, we'll hear more from Buckingham tomorrow, and I will see you then. Mwah.